Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Minister Soraya Martinez Ferrada. She's the Federal Minister of Tourism, and she's here in Toronto for a couple of days. She decided to stop by TLN HQ. Welcome. Can you tell us what you're doing here in Toronto over these next 2 days?
Well, I'm meeting with organizations, associations that work in the tourism industry. I mean, tourism industry is a very important industry for the country. And every corner of this country, there's some tourism action and attractions and economy. And I think it's important to make sure that we meet with them and see what are the issues are and how we can better support the industry.
And as we're looking forward to 2024, what are some of the main priorities that your cabinet has?
I think to again, make the case around the tourism sector being a very important one for the country. We have recovered what the numbers we had before the pandemic. But I think we have to recover the momentum we had before the pandemic. So that means we were in a very good, pathway of tourism before the pandemic, and now we have to recover that momentum. And people want to travel, people want to get out, and I think we have to make sure that they're coming to this country.
And you've spoken out a lot about the importance of having Indigenous voices involved in tourism discussions, and I would love to know, how important do you think it is to have ethnic Canadian voices as well, so that we can really showcase the diversity of Canada to the world?
Well, I think the richness of the community and all the backgrounds of people we have here. Canada is made of the world in a very safe place, in a very open and welcoming place. And I think people are looking for authenticity, and they're looking for a safe space to travel. And we can offer that. And to go back to the Indigenous part, I think there is a huge opportunity for us as a country to lead the way around Indigenous tourism and do that in a way that it's also a reconciliation piece in terms of an economic reconciliation piece for the Indigenous communities, but also for them and for us as Latin Americans to go back to our roots and our traditions and our culture and share that not only with Canadians but with the world when they come here.
And what support is there from the government to all of these multicultural events that happen around the country that not only celebrate our heritage, as you said, but also encourage tourism?
Well, we believe in tourism. We believe that tourism is it's one of the backbones of the economy of the country, and for that we have to support it. And we've done a lot, not only in the tourism file, but in infrastructure, in heritage, through programs that support events and attractions. One of best attractions in the world you can find in Canada. The Salsa Festival that you guys support, it's main attractions of salsa. Festivals in Montreal, events in Vancouver. So we have this uniqueness of events in the streets, in the urban sectors that are very, very looked for.
And you mentioned TD Salsa on St. Clair, and that was obviously a way for us to support Hillcrest Village, which is a small area in Toronto that was also affected by the pandemic. And so post-pandemic, all of these local communities that are looking to regain traction, what support is there for them? What's being done to make sure that they're not overlooked in the big picture?
Well, we put in place a fund that is supported through the local, regional economic agencies. But other than the money, I want to talk about is we're supporting communities in a way that tourism, it's a way to connect people. You connect through cities, through events, through a restaurant, because we share our stories. And tourism, it's a way to share stories, and it's a way to connect people and making sure that the vitality of those communities is seen by people when they come in and visit.
And on the global scale, there's huge competition for tourism, and different countries are taking these sudden booms and going viral. And I would love to know, how is Canada going to become the next key destination? And how can we make sure that people see Canada as a place to visit, not just to move there?
Well, I think one of again, what I said earlier, the authenticity of the country, the landscape that we have, the relationship we have with Indigenous nations. I think people are looking for human connections in a way that they're going to experience something that they cannot find anywhere else. And Canada has a lot to offer in that sense. And again, we're the safest country in the world. And people are looking to make sure that where they're going to be traveling, they're going to be safe, and they can do that and find that here in Canada.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for visiting us.
Thank you
And we
for having
hope
me.
to see you at TD Salsa on
Yes,
St. Clair this
I'm
year.
putting that on my
We're
calendar.
going to salsa dance, all right?
Yes, absolutely.